Today we're going to take a look at Microsoft Virtual Academy. Microsoft Virtual Academy starts off with the Getting Started section. Your basic overview of how the site works, including screenshots and descriptions. Over in the My Dashboard section, we have your progress through the Academy itself. You can take a look at your progress through individual courses in a single overview, as well as your progress and ranking globally and nationally. Over in the My Profile area, we see that Microsoft has taken a noticeable view towards privacy. You can choose to publish or not your personal profile with the Virtual Academy, as well as share individual items of information. You can choose to publish information about your social media usage and your certifications, which could be of use with communicating with other Microsoft professionals or potential employers. Of far more interest are the buttons for notify me when new trainings are available, as well as your various preferences. If new Microsoft Virtual Academy tracks come out in areas related to this, you will be notified. The top students area really is nothing more than a good overview of who the top students in your area are, and a link to some suggestions on how to improve your ranking within them. In the frequently asked questions area, we have an automated assistant called Sarah, which does a fairly reasonable job of finding answers to your questions, as well as traditional frequently asked questions. The meat and potatoes of Microsoft Virtual Academy is actually found in the tracks section. As you can see, individual tracks are listed in their own tile, and any tracks that you happen to be in the middle of will show as in progress. Let's take a look at the SQL Azure track. As you can see, the Metro UI here is actually giving you a reasonable overview of your progress individually, where you are, which modules you're stuck in, and has a reasonable way of going through these modules. If we take a look at the first item here, which is the Introduction to SQL Azure and the overview therein, the overview itself is actually a reasonable amount of propaganda ease, but it does discuss all the key talking points, and there is an awful lot of detail despite being largely that introduction. The next one, getting started with SQL Azure, is a good overview of the how-to. If you wanted to go set up SQL Azure tomorrow and start your development with it, this is where you'd start. Individual training can come in many forms. The video is generally delivered through Silverlight.
Hi.
And everything from in-depth technical training to, in this case, SQL Azure pricing can show up in these videos, just as you can get text versions of most types of training. In this case, you'll see that the second version of this is mostly video, with a fairly in-depth article here on migrating data and schema to SQL Azure. Not for the faint of heart. In the third section, you'll see that I have not yet completed the self-assessment. Each of these individual items must be completed, and then you can go and take a self-assessment, which will then allow you to move on to the next module. Once you've completed all modules, you will have completed the track and earned a couple of bonus points. That will then, of course, be reflected in your My Profile, or in your My Dashboard, sorry, and your rank will adjust accordingly. Overall, Microsoft Virtual Academy offers a reasonable and efficient way to gain information on Microsoft products that you are not yet already familiar with.